Bless their heart. Do you know anyone who just does not get it? They can't read the room or they talk in such a way. Cancel. Bless their heart. Do you know anybody that just does not get it? They can't read the room and they just seem completely oblivious to themselves and to other people in the room. In Texas, we use the phrase bless their heart, right? Which means that they're clueless, and it's just a nice Southern way of saying, they don't get it. They're obviously clueless. Well, actually, a lot of us in ways don't get it. And that's going to be the subject of today's video. So welcome, everyone. My name is Dr. Greg Stewart, and this is week 8 in a series I'm doing to promote my book, I Cubed, Unlocking the Inner Strength Behind Your Negative Emotions, coming out January 21st of 2025. So as I said before, we have to be honest about our mental models, right? So our mental models are in the hard drive back here, and they give our frontal lobes suggestions on how to respond to every situation. So in that process, we have to understand that we are lacking information. Okay. So in every situation, our mental model can only operate off of the information it has. Secondly, is the formulas by which we interpret the information. And not only interpret the information, but interpret what it means to ourselves in light of every situation can be absolutely flawed. And on top of all that, we could be blind. There's aspects of ourselves that we just do not get. So we're blind to it. So bless our hearts. And when we go through this process, a key piece of this chapter and this theme before we get into the actual emotions of diving into your negative emotions is to realize that our mental models are messed up. So we have to be on the lookout. We have to try and find ways to figure out what we're lacking, whether it be information we're lacking or whether it be in our formulas that are messed up in how to process information. There is a tool that has been around for several decades now called the Johari window model. And that's Johari window. And it's two guys, Joe and Harry, that came up with this concept and brought it together, and they call it the Johari window. So it basically has to do with the concept of how well we know ourselves and how well others know us. So it's a window, if you will, so 4 squares, and each quadrant of the window has to do with known to self or not known to self, known to others or not known to others. So in the top left quadrant, you have known to self and known to others. So things we know about ourselves and things that other people know about us, right? It's kind of like the public information. So, I was a former pastor and I'm a counselor. So that's open information. You know it about me and I know it about me. In the quadrant below is the known to me, known to self, but not known to other people. That's the closed area. That's the area of information about myself that I'm going to hold close to the chest. I'm not going to reveal to you. It's closed. They call it the facade area because if you knew this about me, you'd think differently about me. And I don't want you to think differently about me. It's a closed area. And we all have those. It's the skeletons in the closets, the things that about ourselves we just don't want to reveal to other people. And in the bottom right quadrant is not known to self and not known to other people as well. So it's the hidden area. There's a proverb that says that the waters of a man's heart are deep, but a man of understanding will draw them out. So we have to, in counseling, kind of unpack what is going on inside of the recesses of one's mind and in the recesses of one's heart. So it's the hidden area. But the area of focus and the area, honestly, that has just frankly wigged me out my whole life is the blind area. That's the area where it's known to you, but it's not known to me. So you know it about me, you can see it about me, but I can't see it in myself. I'm blind to it. So you ever walk up to a group of people who are laughing, and when you walk up, they stop laughing? Well, maybe you haven't, but I have. And I've recognized that other people kind of see things about me or the way they kind of just shake their head, or at times, growing up, I started to realize that there are things that I don't see about myself that other people see. Again, it might be a trait that I do know, but I don't know the degree to which it's an issue. So it's whether it be my personality trait, how I'm coming across, how I'm processing something, that all plays out into the concept around bless their heart. They're not getting it. They're not seeing it. So we all have blind areas, right? So the key is to, number one, understand that you have a blind area, but then what are you going to do about that blind area? How are you going to make it unblind? So there's a couple different ways of doing this, and we've all experienced the first way, which I call reactive teachability. Okay. So it's when somebody gets up the courage to confront us or tell us something we're doing wrong, risking conflict because we don't see it and they want us to see it. And when they reveal to us, what went down or what happened or something we don't see about ourselves, we are teachable, meaning, oh my gosh, I didn't see that about me and I'm so sorry. And we try and correct it. That's reactive teachability. But there's no way that the blind area is going to be eradicated by reactive teachability only. So I came up with proactive teachability. I use this with clients and I use this with people that I coach, leaders that I coach, because we should proactively go to people who know us the best and ask them the question, hey, where do you think I'm blind? I like joking around and saying, with parents, when parents say, I ask them, are you a good parent? And they say, well, yeah, I think I'm a good parent. And then I would ask, well, have you ever asked your children what they think about your parenting? Are you a good employee? Yeah, I think I'm a good employee. Are you a good spouse? Right? Are you a good listener? So the key is that there's no real way. How can we assess ourselves, especially in the areas that we play a role by which the other person is the focus, like our spouse? If you think you are a good husband or a good wife, have you ever asked your spouse, hey, where am I blind? How can I improve? How can I get better? Or have you ever asked your boss, how can I grow? How can I improve? Have you ever asked people that you're listening to if they feel heard by you? Right? So unless we proactively try and figure out what our blind areas are, either again in the information that we're lacking or in the way we're processing things, how can we ever eradicate the blind area? So in our mental models, if we really are serious about growing and maturing, and as we'll get into the emotions, if we're secure enough, we have to walk into finding out things that may cause us negative emotion. But the only way for us to grow is to go through that process of negative emotions in order to grow. Asking people, how can I grow? How can I improve? Where am I blind? And in our mental models, this is a crucial area. So I encourage you, ask a person a week, a friends, family, whoever it is, ask people in your life, where am I blind? And then you might have to kind of beef it up and say, to people that love you, hey, where am I blind? And they say, oh, well, this or that. And they give kind of surfacey answers. And what you have to say to them is this: no, wait. Now, I know that there's information in the back of your head, like that final 10% information or an opinion that you have about me that you would never share. I want that information, right? Why? Because if you have information or an opinion about me that isn't true or isn't clear, then I would like a chance to correct it. But more than that, if you have ideas or thoughts about me that are true, but I don't see, I'm desperate to get that information from you. So please share with me all information. Where do you think I'm blind? How do you think I can grow? And it's a very, very powerful, enriching process. And it eradicates the blind area and helps you grow and mature and make your mental model as efficient as possible. Thank you so much. And we shall see you guys next week. Take care.